I'm standing here at the French syrup company Tesser, and I'm gonna talk with you, Boris Klebeck. You are the global brand manager.
I'm Martin Ulti. I'm the brand ambassador from Ireland.
The brand ambassador, yes. And we are gonna talk about the mastery of your flavors, how you produce them.
Yeah, definitely. So, Tesser is a very old brand. It's from 1720s. So, I'm personally from Dublin. So, it's quite old. It's a lot older than our own company, Guinness. So, people might be incredibly famous across the world. So, we have a lot of different flavor masters, we call them. So, a team led by Sandrine. It's our R&D department in Crolles, just north of Grenoble in the south of France. With this flavor mastery team, we work well together to try capture the fresh ingredients with the most important and fresh fruits we can find, and from the water from the Alps.
So how do you obtain the flavors?
So there's a different method used by Tesser. Normally most sugars are created with a sucrose sugar. So the difference, what thing that makes unique to Tesser is the creation of using sucrose and glucose fructose. So glucose fructose is a liquid sugar that once it's separated, the compound becomes solid. So it comes in vats in a liquid form. So this changes the complete flavor profile of any sort of syrup. So instead of being an initial flavor on the front of your palate, it's a lot more prolongated, and it gives you a lot more intense and complex flavor profile.
What are your newest flavors?
The newest flavors that we're launching is ginger and basil.
Can I try?
Yeah, of course.
So that one is the basil. Wow. Yes. Very, very strong basil taste. It's also very sweet, but it's nice. I can imagine it's nice with a cocktail.
Has a lot of different applications. Obviously, we can use it for completely different applications, such as like molecular cocktails, the likes of foams. We can use it in meringues. Different types of syrups work really well in obviously citrus cocktails. Everything. The most important thing making any sort of cocktail is balance. So you always need a little bit of sugar to balance your drinks, especially if you're using some sort of intense citrus.
Do you work with local suppliers in your country?
So I have quite a unique role. I work for an on-trade specialist for Britvic. So this company, Tesser, is owned by Britvic, and we are the on-trade specialists in Ireland. So we have our own route to market. We are the largest distribution company in Ireland.
Oh, and you just gave me the ginger, yes? Wow. Also very, very strong ginger taste, yes. And which cocktails do you use this ginger syrup with?
The applications are quite endless. For the likes of the ginger, you can do something like what's called a penicillin. So it's a strange cocktail that has quite of an iodine taste of it. So some sort of smoked whiskies with some Lafroig, maybe some lemon juice, and then instead of muddling some fresh ginger, you can use 5 ml of ginger syrup. It gives a quite intense and unique flavor. It is a cocktail that took off in London back in 2010. For the likes of the basil, again, you could work very well in the likes of sort of spritz-style cocktails. It's very fresh, but again, it works again in basically anything. It depends on the flavor profile that you want to work with. It depends on what spirit you're using. Obviously, basil will work really well with the likes of white spirits. So your rum, maybe white tequila as well, gin and vodka.
Which of your syrups are most popular when making cocktails?
So the main flavors in Ireland anyway, I understand are my market very well. I wouldn't know the figures for globally. be strawberry, raspberry, blackberry, and passion fruit. At the moment, bubblegum is actually doing really, really well in Ireland.
Bubble gum. How is that made?
It's just, again, it's made by the R&D department, and it's just trying to use what they know from science. They obviously know a lot more than I do. But
Oh, I can smell it. Yeah.
yeah. So, you want to try it?
Yes. Oh, it's like hooba booba.
A strange cocktail, like a cocktail that this seems to be working really well in Dublin, is a Tom Collins. So bubblegum Tom Collins, which is something very, very simple, very applicable, very good in GP. So for bars, they can make some money off it, and seems to be selling very well.